Okay, welcome to our Star Producer Academy CRM template, our follow-up system. Now, this is very simple. I learned this from a seven-figure internet marketer about 8-9 years ago when I was doing online marketing with Google ads and even high-impact videos back then. I wasn't on camera, but there were After Effect templates to make things really cool, and it's a very simple system to manage literally thousands of leads. If you're going to be generating 10, 20 leads a week, you want to be managing through the funnel, because sometimes you need to see where they are in the funnel in the first phase, contact 1, contact 2, right? The 15-minute call, the 15-minute start discovery call. Then they put them into contact 2. They've rescheduled for the start 45-minute call, right, for the in-depth strategy call. And then they're going to be indecision, and then they're going to become a coaching client or a consulting client or whatever partner, or they become not active. So I want to show you, this is in the resource, the download section. It's a simple Excel spreadsheet. You can copy this into Google spreadsheet as well, but simple Excel spreadsheet. And in one snapshot, you can tell where people are at. So you can be following up with them, pinging them or whatever. So contact number 1, right? You could be, as soon as they've opted in and you're utilizing schedule once, you'll see when they opted in. That's what you put, the date, the time, right? AM, PM, or whatever. And their name and their email. You might put their website here. You can modify this however way you want, but generally put a website if they've given it to you or you found it. And their phone number, right? The city that often you might not know. You just know the time zone and the source, right? Sometimes it may came from a particular ad, so you type in the code there. And then you can make a quick assessment if you have time. When you've checked out the website, you score them out of 10 to see whether how much of a priority they are, right? What date did you send any private personal email or ping them on Facebook? What was the last call date, right? Now, when you have a few in line, you might type, extra dates there so you can see the last call date. And the notes. So this is where you can type up some notes or whatever. And I use a notepad while I'm talking to people. I can type it up, or you can write it out, and then you can transfer the summary of that into your notes section. Okay, so, and then once you've had, let's say, someone opting in, and then you might have called them, and there's just no answer for some reason. In most cases, if you do it right, you should make contact number 1, right? Because they've gone through the hoops, and they know how valuable your time is, and then you kind of just copy or cut and paste. You can cut that, and you can move them. Say you've had the phone call, and you paste them here. Whoops. There you go, Anthony White, and then you use this in conjunction with your Google Calendar, because they might have rescheduled a second call with you, and you can put that into your calendar on the spot. And then as every morning you can see, where are my prospects in the funnel. So you can see that this guy's at contact number 2. And then once you've had the second contact, you've sent the proposal and they're in decision. So you cut and paste into that. So it kind of reminds you where everyone is in the funnel. All right, very simple, nothing too fancy. There's a lot of different color codes. Don't get worried about, what's this blue thing? I don't have to be, put that now, contact number 2. You can if you want, but you don't have to utilize all the color codes. I generally just use, sometimes I have to leave a message, or no answer, or called at a bad time or whatever, but they shouldn't, right? Because they wanted you to call at a specific time. This is a legacy of the previous system where the leads were nowhere near as qualified, right? Because it wasn't a 2-step process with the different videos they've seen. So, so don't worry about have to utilize all the different colors. I generally just made contact number 1, maybe, sometimes I had to leave a message. Generally I haven't, right? Or maybe a couple of no answers, and they're duds. They're not so interested, right? But the main thing is to see where they're at in your funnels every day. You might send them a quick ping or whatever, they're in decision. They're making a decision in 24 hours. You don't have to, put pressure and send them a message or anything like that. But you'll know where this process is. When you've got leads coming in all the time, it's a very simple way to see where everyone is at. Right, so might get an assistant to put everything into here. So you can, at the beginning of the day, you say, I've got 3 calls. These are the 3 details here. Someone's already done some research. They're a 6 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 or whatever. And have you sent that short, personal message to confirm whether they've booked that particular time, right? Very important. Or sometimes people will opt in and they don't book an appointment, right? This was what we use, right? Quick opt-in, and then they still have to do a schedule once, right? We will then make an effort to put the info in and make a call or send a text. Hey, you're still interested in setting up a time? Because they might have been busy on the subway and they didn't get a chance to book a particular time. They want you to follow up with them. They've already filled out their first name, email, and phone number. So very, very simple cut and paste type of thing, where you can manage literally hundreds of leads as they're kind of like made a decision it's not for them, and really they're not super qualified at all. Then you just send them here in the not active section, in the tab. But it's they're kind of like interested but might need 6 months. So you put a note here, interested, blah, 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 follow up in 6 months. You put that in your Google Calendar, and you've got them here maybe in indecision. Right? So they just couldn't make that step yet, or they've joined, but they've joined at the membership site, and then they need 4 months. You give them a 4-month option to upgrade at the same price, that sort of thing. So you put the notes in Calendar, Google Calendar, and here as well. Right enough, very simple, but it works. All right, so that's all, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.